Okay, so today everyone, we will be discussing cell injury and cell death. No, so these are the two key processes in pathology that are central to understanding the mechanisms of different diseases. So in this topic, we'll focus on the causes of cell injury at saka yung morphologic changes. When you say morphologic changes, no, yung itsura na nangyayari sa progression from injury papuntang cell death. So, no, particularly your necrosis and apoptosis. So, what is cell injury? No, self-explanatory. Cell injury occurs when cells are exposed to stress or damaging agents beyond their ability to adapt. So if the damage is mild or temporary, no, kaya pa na ni cells, no, the cells may recover or reversible. However, pag severe na, no, grabe na pod, abuso na, severe or prolonged na ang injury, no, the cell death can occur through necrosis or apoptosis. So what are the causes of your cell injury? No? So first, we have your oxygen deprivation, no, or your hypoxia, deficiency of oxygen. This is one of the most common causes. Kasi nga, ang cells, we rely on oxygen to generate ATP through aerobic respiration, no, according to your biochem. So, hypoxia or deficiency of oxygen leads to a decrease in ATP production, impairing your critical cellular functions. So, this can result from nga, no, reduce ang blood flow dito or ischemia. In the first place, dili naga abot si, excuse me, dili nagaabot si oxygen ato na cell kay wala tong tigahatod which is your blood, no, so na ay merong nangyayaring ischemia or reduced blood flow, no, respiratory failure, no, imong lungs mismo ang na problem, or severe anemia, no, baba imong hemoglobin which is naalagi blood flow pero ang nagagunit sa nalagay blood flow pero nagagunit sa oxygen which is your hemoglobin is super baba, no? So, mo ng mga cases sa severe anemia, luya sila. Once sa ER, kailangan na sila hatagan og oxygen, no? Kaya tagabitbit sa ilang oxygen, wala, no? Absent. So, kailangan salinan sila og dugo kaagad-agad. Okay, we have your physical agents. So this includes your trauma, your temperature extremes, heat or cold, radiation and electric shock which directly damage your cellular structures, no? Physical agents, no? Chemical agents and drugs, toxic chemicals, environmental pollutants and drugs that can cause direct cellular damage or produce a harmful reactive oxygen species. So this would include substances like your alcohol, carbon monoxide, and even therapeutic drugs at toxic levels. We also have your infectious agents, no? Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. They can cause direct injury through invasion, toxin production, or through triggering harmful immune responses. Okay? Wait lang. Okay? Next is your immunological reactions. Okay, so panag sa atong atong body pod ang naisala, no? OA kaya tong immune system. So, ang atong immune system sa ka-OA niya, overactive ra kaayo, may target your body's own cells, no? That's what we call the autoimmune diseases or exaggerated immune response, no? Like your hypersensitive reactions or allergies, no? And that those can lead to collateral damages. Next are your genetic derangements. So, in the first place, nakay mutation sa imong mga essential genes that can impair cellular functions leading to injury. So, this includes your conditions like your sickle cell anemia or enzyme deficiencies that disrupt metabolism. So, another would be your nutritional imbalances. So, deficiencies like in vitamin C or in iron or excesses such as obese ka, no? So, dili lang deficiency, pati excess, no? Imbalance ang imong nutrition. They can disturb the delicate, no, balance sa imong body. Okay? So, here is the morphologic alterations in cell injury. So, cell injury can lead to a series of morphologic alteration. We'll say morphologic, no? Itsura niya, no? So, at first, no, pag mild pa lang or kaya-kaya pa sa imong body, no, ma-reverse pa siya, reversible cell injury. Yes, mobaba imong cell function, no? Sundan ninyo ang graph, no? Mobaba imong cell function, but it is still reversible. However, at some point, if so severe na, no, or chronic na ang cell injury, magiging irreversible na yan, no? That will already lead to biochemical alterations, cell death, no? Next are your ultrastructural changes, your light microscopic changes, then grossly makita na nimo sila. Okay? So here are the schematic illustration of the morphologic changes in cell injury culminating in necrosis or apoptosis. So, here is your normal cell, no? Pag reversible pa ang injury, no? There can be swelling of your endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria, no? May mild figures. That will lead to recovery if the stressor is removed. However, no, if the injury is too severe or prolonged, no, progressive siya, no, irreversible damage would occur, no? There is breakdown of plasma membrane organelles, nucleus, leakage of contents that will lead to your necrosis. So, necrosis, no? Necrosis, you see this? Necrosis, this is a pathological process where yung cell death is accompanied by, unsa man ni, inflammation. So, always remember, necrosis, cell death is accompanied by inflammation. So, involves your cell membrane rupture, leakage of your cellular contents, no? Nuclear changes, and fragmentation of cell components. So, sa necrosis, apil na dito itong ginatawag na to na karyolysis, pycnosis, and karyorrhexis. Okay? Next is your apoptosis. So, diri na ta apoptosis. So, apoptosis is a more controlled, programmed form of cell death where the cell is dismantled, no? Murag yakang sa baoy. Piloon na way mao. No? So, bus regulated siya, mas controlled, no? Pwede niya pahuyuson, cell shrinkage, chromatin condensation, formation of apoptotic bodies which are phagocytosed. What do you mean phagocytosed? Diba kita kagipaak nila by nearby cells. Okay? So, ayan. First is we have your let's first dwell in your reversible injury. So, there are two features of reversible injury that can be recognized under your light microscope. So, first is we have your cellular swelling. So, this appears whenever cells are incapable of maintaining ionic and fluid homeostasis. So, this is the result of failure of energy-dependent ion pumps in the plasma membrane. Your fatty changes naman occurs in hypoxic energy, no? And various forms of toxic or metabolic injury manifested by the appearance of lipid, no? Kaya nga fatty change, lipid vacuoles in the cytoplasm. So, seen mainly in cells involved in and dependent on fat metabolism. Kasi nga fatty change. Okay, so here is your cellular swelling or your hydropic change, vacuolar degeneration. So, on microscopic examination, the small clear vacuoles may be seen within the cytoplasm. Ayan. So, these represent distended and pinch-off segments of your endoplasmic reticulum. So, remember ha, it's your endoplasmic reticulum. So, ayan. Ayan. Swelling of the endoplasmic reticulum, no? Pag reversible pa lang siya, no? Nagsuswell lang siya. So, ayan. That's your cellular swelling. Yan, no? Histopathologically. Okay? So, next is we have your ultrastructural changes of reversible cell injury. We have plasma membrane alterations such as blebbing, blunting, and loss of microvilli, mitochondrial changes including swelling and the appearance of small amorphous densities, dilation of the dilation of the endoplasmic reticulum with detachment of polysomes, intracytoplasmic myelin figures may be present, and there is nuclear alteration with disaggregation of glandular and fibrillar elements. So next is we have your necrosis. So the morphologic appearance of necrosis as well as necroptosis is the result of denaturation of intracellular proteins and enzymatic digestion of the lethally injured cell. Okay, so we have your increased eosinophilia. So this is bakit, no? Attributable in part to the loss of the cytoplasmic RNA which binds the blue dihematoxylin, and in part to the denatured cytoplasm proteins which bind the red dieosin, kaya eosinophilic ang kanyang color. Next is we have your myelin figures. So myelin figures are dead cells that are replaced by large world phospholipid masses that are derived from your damaged cell membranes. So these phospholipid precipitates are then either phagocytosed, kaunon by other cells, or further degraded into your fatty acids. Calcification of such fatty acids residues results in the generation of calcium soaps. Okay, we can also see your nuclear changes, no? You have your 3 patterns, very important, no? All due to non-specific breakdown of your DNA. We have karyolysis, no, nuclear fading, pycnosis, nuclear shrinkage, karyorrhexis, nuclear fragmentation. So 3 very important terms sa GenPath, no? Your karyolysis, that's your nuclear fading. Pycnosis, that's your nuclear shrinkage, and karyorrhexis, that's your nuclear fragmentation. Ang point lang ana is naguba ang inyong nucleus mo na ang different types sa iyang pagkaguba, no? That's your nuclear dissolution and nuclear necrotic cell. So there ayan, so karyolysis, basophilia of the chromatin may fade, pycnosis, nuclear shrinkage and increased basophilia, karyorrhexis, pycnotic nucleus undergoes fragmentation. Okay, so very important also is your patterns of your necrosis. So kani magbalik-balik ra ni siya. Okay, so first is we have your coagulative necrosis. So this is a form of necrosis in which the architecture, ang itsura sa imong dead cells is preserved, na pre-preserve siya for a span of at least some days. The injury denatures not only structural proteins but also your enzyme, and so ginablock niya ang proteolysis of the dead cells, and as a result, eosinophilic and nucleate cells may persist for days or weeks. Ayan, you have your coagulative necrosis. Okay, ang architecture niya na preserve, no, bisan dead na ang tissue. Ngano, because nabablock ang proteolysis, no? Kasi nga, pati ang enzyme, no, na denature. So, walang proteolysis na mangyari. Kaya na-preserve pa rin yung architecture na for at least a span of at least some days. Okay? Next is your liquefactive necrosis. Okay, characterized by digestion of the dead cell. So, pangit na ni, resulting in transformation of the tissue into a liquid viscous mass. So, murag nahimo na siyang basa-basa kay nadadigest ang mga dead cells. So, the necrotic material is frequently creamy yellow because of the presence of your dead leukocytes and is called your pus. Okay, for unknown reasons, hypoxic death of cells within the CNS often manifests as liquefactive necrosis. So, CNS, that's your brain. So, if this is your normal brain, nagkakaroon ng liquefactive necrosis, no? So, ayan na, pangit na kayo siya tanawon. Basa-basa na. Okay? Pano siya. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng liquefactive necrosis. Okay? Next is your gangrenous necrosis. So, there is not a specific pattern of cell death, but the term is commonly used in clinical practice. So, this is very much applied to a limb, no, generally your lower leg that has lost its blood supply and has undergone necrosis. So, panag sa mga diabetic patient, no, sa lower leg, sa pag-severe na, no, nagkasamad sila dito, tapos dili maayo, tapos for some other reasons, no, nagka-loss na ang blood supply dito, no, magkakaroon ng gangrenous necrosis. So, pwede po bacterial infection na superimposed there, um, nagiging liquefactive necrosis because of the actions of the curative agents in the bacteria and the attack leukocytes. Medyo basa-basa siya. That's your wet gangrene, no? Kaya medyo na liquefactive necrosis na siya. So, yan. So, left here, no, this picture is what you call your dry gangrene. So, this is a consequence of severe frostbite, no, kanang sumabog na. So, sa right, we have wet gangrene, which is a superimposed bacterial infection. Diba? Pag bacterial infection, medyo liquefactive pa siya. So, wet gangrene siya. So, in addition to the necrosis resulting from the loss of your blood supply. Okay? Next is your caseous necrosis. So, caseous necrosis, this is encountered most often in the foci of tuberculosis infection. So, sa una, pag exam makakitag TB, no? Automatic caseous necrosis, no? Caseous or cheese-like is derived from the friable white appearance of the area of necrosis. Excuse me. So, ayan, caseous necrosis, no? The necrotic area appears as a structureless collection of fragmented or lysed cells and amorphous granular debris enclosed within a distinctive inflammatory border. So this appearance is a characteristic of a focus of inflammation, which is your granuloma. No? Next is your fat necrosis. So this is a term that is entrenched in medical parlance but does not in reality denote a specific pattern of necrosis. So this refers to focal areas of fat destruction typically resulting from release of activated pancreatic lipases into the substance of the pancreas and the peritoneal cavity. So pancreatic enzymes leak out of the acinar cells and liquefy the membranes of fat cells into the peritoneum. So, ayan. So, the fatty acids, so derived combined with calcium, no, will produce your grossly visible chalk-like areas, fat saponification, which enables the surgeon and the pathologist to identify the lesions. So, microscopically, necrosis takes the form of foci of shadowy outlines of necrotic fatty cells with basophilic calcium deposits surrounded by an inflammatory reaction. Ayan. So next is your fibrinoid necrosis. So fibrinoid necrosis is a special form of necrosis usually seen in immune reactions involving your blood cells. So occurs when the complexes of antigens and antibodies are deposited into the walls of your arteries. So deposits of these immune complexes together with fibrin that has leaked out of cells result in a bright pink and amorphous appearance in H&E stains called your fibrinoid or your fibrin-like. Ayan. Diba? So, nakikita siya pag ang problem mo ay immune reactions, no? Okay, these are deposits of immune complexes. Okay, so what are the mechanisms of your cell injury? Okay. So, the cellular response to injury stimuli depends on the nature of the injury, its duration, and its severity. The consequences of your cell injury depend on the type, the state, and the adaptability of the injured cell. Kasi you remember, your cell sa whole body mo is different, diba? Iba-iba ang kanyang characteristics. Okay, so the cell injury results from different biochemical mechanisms acting on several essential cellular components. So the biomechanical mechanisms, you have depletion of your ATP, no, mitochondrial damage, influx of calcium and loss of calcium homeostasis, accumulation of oxygen-derived free radicals, defects in membrane permeability, and damage to DNA and proteins. Okay. Next is we have your apoptosis. So, ito na ang ginasabi ko, no? Your apoptosis is a more tightly regulated suicide program in which cells destined to die activate intrinsic enzymes that degrade the cell's own nuclear DNA and nuclear and cytoplasmic proteins. So, genetically regulated apoptosis is sometimes referred to as programmed cell death. So, what are the causes of your apoptosis? No, it can be physiologic, no, normal na kailangan himuon sa imong body. So, of course, cells during embryogenesis, death of host cells that have served their useful purpose, such as neutrophils, no? Nagamit na nimo yung neutrophils in an acute inflammatory response, no? Maguba na dapat na sila, and lymphocytes at the end of an immune response. Involution of hormone-dependent tissues upon hormone withdrawal, no? Pag humanan naman ka nag-breastfeed, cell loss in proliferating cell populations, elimination of potentially harmful cell-reactive lymphocytes, no? Sa imong mga thymus, mga anana. But it can also be very pathologic, no? Ayan, malaki ito because of cell injury, chronic and severe, no? Nagkakaroon ka ng DNA damage, accumulation of misfolded proteins sa ubang sakit, no? Cell death in certain infections, pathologic atrophy in parenchymal organs after duct obstruction. Okay, so these are your morphologic and biochemical changes in apoptosis. We have your cell shrinkage, chromatin condensation, and phagocytosis of apoptotic cells or cell bodies, usually by always your macrophages. Usually nga by your macrophages. Yan. So, there is formation of cytoplasmic blebs and apoptotic bodies. Kay kaning apoptotic bodies mo ni ang kaunon sa mga macrophages. Okay? Ayaw mo kawalaan ng apoptotic bodies o apoptotic cells. Kay mo na siya ang kaunon sa imong macrophages. Yan. So, your apoptosis results from the activation of enzyme called what? Your caspases. So named because they are cysteine proteases that cleave proteins after aspartic residues. Okay. So we have your intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. Actually, guys, bisa pag iyaw-yaw na ko nita na no, na yung mga dili kay siya effective kay na ay mga visual mga videos no na visual aids, so isend na ko unya ana daga na sa YouTube nga bas masubaybayan nato ang intrinsic pathway versus your extrinsic pathway. Okay, so ayan, dili ta mawala ana unya. Okay, we have your necroptosis. So your necroptosis no resembles necrosis morphologically pero ang iyang sistema is apoptosis. So that's your necroptosis. So necroptosis is triggered by the ligation of your TNFR1 and viral proteins of RNA and DNA viruses. So necroptosis is caspase independent but dependent on signaling by your RIP1 and RIP3 complex. While your pyroptosis naman occurs in cells infected by microbes, no? It involves activation of your caspase-1, which cleaves the precursor form of interleukin-1 to generate biologically active interleukin-1. Caspase-1, along with closely related caspase-11, also cause death of the infected cell. So, ayan. So, abnormal intracellular depositions and calcification. So, abnormal deposits of material in cells and tissues are the result of excessive intake or defective transport of catabolism. We have your deposition of lipids, no? Kani, fatty change and cholesterol deposition. So, deposition of proteins, no? Reabsorb proteins in kidneys, tubules, immunoglobulins in plasma cells. Deposition of glycogen in macrophages of patients with defects in lysosomal enzymes that break down glycogen or glycogen storage disease. Kani kapoy po siya memorizan, pero later on, no? Memorize na ninyo. Deposition of pigments, typically indigestible pigments such as your carbon, your lipofuscin, or your iron. No, your pathologic calcification, dystrophic calcification, deposition of calcium at sites of cell injury and necrosis, metastatic calcification, deposition of calcium in normal tissues caused by hypercalcemia, usually a consequence of parathyroid hormone excess. So, kani siya actually, no, tawag ani, ma-appreciate rin sila isa-isa in the future, no, sa GenPath, no. Ang pasabot ra magud ani excessive intake or defective transport of catabolism. So for example, no, kuan ta shipping company ta sa ko pong shipping company sa JNT, no. So kintahay si na ako ipadala from Manila to Davao. So hala, ang akong package kay kailangan pala siya mo agi sa Cebu, no. So ipasa ni Manila to Cebu tapos ipasa ni Cebu to Davao. However, no, naay bagyo, no, padulong bagyo sa Surigao, no. So hala, dili man pwede mag-deliver padulong sa Davao, no. So nang-deliver na ni Manila to Cebu. Pero si Cebu dili niya ma-deliver to Davao kay lagi dili na ay something wrong sa padulong sa Davao, no. So unsay nang tawag ato, defective transport na to. So unsay may tabo kay Cebu, no, nagkakaroon siya ng excessive intake dito kay tanang si Manila, hala, kay wala may something wrong to Manila to Cebu, no. Wala may something wrong kay Manila to Cebu. Pasa lang siya ng pasa kay Cebu, no. So si Cebu kay hala, over na iyang gidawat ato, and that is already a pathological disease. Kay remember, our body system consists of different process, transport, and if there is only something wrong sa isa ka leg ato, no, what you mean by leg, di ba, pag mag-connecting flight, Manila to Cebu, that's one leg. Cebu to Davao, no, pag nag-travel mo, di ba, that's one leg. So our body is also consists of different processes consisting with different legs, no. So dapat pag naala to isa ka mali sa isa ka leg, no, that is ikakamatayan ng patient. Okay? So, yan ang ginaaral natin sa GenPath. Okay? Next is your cellular aging, no? Ito, no? Understandable. Cellular aging results from a combination of accumulating cellular damage by free radicals, reduced capacity to divide, replicative senescence, reduced ability to repair damaged DNA, and defective protein homeostasis, no? Nanigulang lang yun siya. So, di na siya ka functional. So, magkakaroon ka na ng accumulation of DNA damage, replicative senescence, no, di na siya ka-divide, no, dili na po niya maayo yung self, di na siya ka-defective DNA repair mechanisms, defective protein homeostasis resulting from impaired chaperone and proteasome functions, nutrient sensing system, caloric restriction increases longevity, mediators may be reduced IGF-1 signaling and increase in sirtuins. Ayan. Thank you so much.